Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and in this video we're looking at the Biatec Leviathan. So this is a rather unique looking watch from Slovakia. You see the lugs are unique here in the way that they attach to the case. Let me get this movement wound up. So speaking of the movement, it is a Sellita SW200. 26 jewels, so a nice Swiss made movement. You can see by this smooth sweep of the seconds hand, it's 8 beats per second, not a 6 beat per second like you would see in a Seiko NH35 or 36 movement, also known as the 4R35 or 4R36. So you can see a date down there at the 6 o'clock position. I have not set the timer date on this, so it's not correct, but doesn't really matter for the video anyway. So you can see the hands are gilded along with the indices. It's a nice looking watch. I pull it, it's in the hacking position right now. It's pulled all the way out. Push it in, this should be the date set. Make sure that's winding. There, we're setting the date. Screw that back in there. So you can see it clearly has a 4 o'clock position, similar to a Seiko SKX. It's actually a good comparison for size reference there. This case is 40 millimeter. It's smaller than it looks. It looks like a bigger watch. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe due to the thickness or just the appearance of being thick. Let me get my calipers here. I did not take down that thickness or the, sorry about the noise. So let's just measure it together here. Yeah, so it is actually quite thick, 14.5. I think it might be a little thinner with that movement, but crystal is slightly domed and it is 300 meter water resistant. So let's measure the lug to lug on this. So lug to lug is 50.3, 50.4. So it'll look quite big on my wrist, I'm sure. We'll get the wrist shot in the moment. It's nice 316L stainless steel construction, and this has been case hardened, and it also has a special coating. The coating is called Nantec, scratch resistant coating. According to their website, the Vickers hardness of stainless steel is somewhere between 200 and 300, and this has a 600 VH 600 hardness rating, so more than twice the scratch resistance of stainless steel. It is a sapphire crystal with AR coating, and the bezel insert also has a sapphire inlay. Bezel feels nice here. So as I was saying, the bezel feels real nice. It looks good too. I've not had a watch in my possession with this color combination before. Haven't really seen one either. Looks like it lines up pretty well, unlike your typical Seiko. But this watch is more expensive than a Seiko. So this bracelet is quite unique. It has a mixture of brush and polishing. I haven't seen any other bracelets like this. It does have a nice dual deployant butterfly clasp. I'm not really a fan of butterfly clasp, just due to the issue of not getting a good fit. You have to be pretty lucky to fit in the size, especially with the size of these links. These are pretty large links. I did take a couple out to fit on my wrist. My wrist is a little smaller than Rob's. Rob reviewed this, and also Bobby Legs. This watch was arranged by Bobby Legs, so appreciate him letting me try this one out. And these are actual screwed attachments here for the lugs. Some watches they just appear to be it, and they still have a spring bar in there, but this is actually screwed down. It's a neat engraved logo on the back here too. Not sure if that's engraved or stamped. It's a nicely done watch. So let's get this on wrist. Now this is a little tighter than I prefer on my wrist, but otherwise it'd be very loose. So that's kind of the issue you run into with a butterfly clasp. It works nice. Everything is nicely machined. It looks like a very nicely made watch. Just a matter of if you like the looks of it or not. It's hard to beat the specs with the scratch coating, the sapphire bezel, sapphire crystal. So it's pretty shiny some cases, some areas of it. But this bracelet's pretty neat. Let's zoom out here. Actually, I've not looked at the lume on this yet, so we'll experience that together in a few moments here. So on wrist doesn't look that big. I think the lugs do stick out quite a bit, but it kind of looks to be a part of the bracelet more so than the case. So it doesn't look as big as I would have expected for the 50mm lug to lug. On my 52mm wristband, also 6.5-inch wrist diameter. So let's set my SKX next to it again, just to give you an idea of size. Oh, there you can kind of see the AR coating on that Leviathan. Looks pretty neat. See if I can zoom in on that and play around with the light of that a little bit. You can kind of see it there. Alright, let me pause the video and I'll come right back with the lume shot. Alright, so the lume is very nicely done on this. I'm surprised by the lume. It's quite nice. It has the lumed bezel, which again is protected by sapphire crystal. And you can see on the camera here the lume is a different color on the bezel and the hands, but the hands match the indices. Also the 12 o'clock logo is very nicely lumed as well. So it's pretty cool. And on the left is your my SKX 171. I'm going to say your typical Seiko lume. But this Biatec is actually, I would say, a little brighter than the Seiko. So it's impressive specs all around on this Biatec Leviathan. So as always, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Please like the video and comment below if you like this watch, if you've seen it before. Let me know your thoughts on it. Thanks for watching.